Who is it? What's up, everybody? It's your boy Logan. I've come out to my car again today because I wanted to talk to myself and I didn't want to do it in the house for fear that somebody else might hear me. I want to ramble about weight and weight loss and just thoughts on it, my experience. Uh, for a little while. This may be long winded. We shall see. It depends on if I get on a roll or not. So I'm actually going to hold it with the left hand here. So, for context, if you've seen this and you've never seen a video of mine before, if you haven't followed me for a long time, or you just didn't catch this, I can't blame you. I can't blame you. You don't gotta know everything about me. I used to be about 220 pounds. And that was the highest I ever got. For context, I'm 5'8", 5'9" on a good day. I'm not particularly tall, not particularly short. I'm right at average height for the United States of America. For just a dude who is my height. The healthy weight for somebody, according to Google, that's about that height is somewhere between 160 to 170 ish, low 170s. Uh, I am sitting at 180 right now. So, still overweight. You can look at me and see I'm still overweight. I still got a little bit of fat to me. If you look at videos that I made from years ago, uh, I think the difference is pretty clear. It's a little warm out today. I may start sweating in this car, but I ain't turning it on, son. Gas is too expensive to be sitting out here blowing the air conditioner for no reason, son. Uh, and over the last 2 years, really, so I'm 24 now. And over the last 2 years is when I've really been working on my weight loss. I got fat in the third grade, which is in the United States of America. You're about 8 in third grade. It would be primary school, elementary school for us. And I was fat up until my early 20s. I say fat as in obese. Um, and it wasn't until a couple of years ago that I really started to make any progress, and that's because I never really tried. For much of my life, I wouldn't say I ever had a food addiction. I did have an unhealthy relationship with food where I was a stress eater. And I still am to a certain extent, and that's one of the reasons why my weight loss journey has been so slow and hard with ups and downs and plateaus, is because when I hit difficult parts in my life, and I used to be stressed all the fucking time for no reason. For no reason. I had anxiety issues. Well, not for no reason. There were reasons. You could argue if they were good reasons or not, but I did have my reasons. I stayed in the house. I went from a public school to what was a mostly homeschool situation, which was through the government. So I still went to classes every once and again. I had to go take my test in person to make sure that I wasn't cheating, which I was. Didn't get good grades in high school. Uh, for the first good while, it wasn't until really the last year I said, "What the fuck am I doing? I gotta start working hard at this." So I managed to turn it around in 12th grade, but uh, that's neither here nor there. Back to the food. So with stresses, that's just what I did to feel better. If I was sad, I would eat. If I was mad, I'd eat. If I was happy, I would eat to reward myself for whatever, you know, just make that high even higher. And I can think back now, I didn't understand the human body. I still don't. I have a very rudimentary understanding of metabolism and the digestive system, calories and fats and this, that, and the other. I'm not a nutritionist by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just not. And I could learn more, but I'm almost afraid to learn more for fear of, oh man, if because food is still kind of there for me. Uh, I still kind of eat as a reward system. Uh, oh, I've been working hard lately, so I'll go get Wendy's today. It's my day off. I'll treat myself. I'll go get a fucking burger and fries. What I have done So I'm going to get now into the weight loss part. And when I start talking about this, you may find yourself watching this video. You may be overweight yourself. You may be fat. I don't know. But I'll tell you this. If I can do it, you can do it. Seriously. And I believe that with every fiber of my being. If I can do it, you can do it. And I'm going to explain what I did. So firstly, and this part cannot be discredited, I got a physical job. It might not be something that you are able to do, but where I work, I'm on my feet all day long. I'm moving around. I'm lifting heavy boxes. I'm putting them back down. I'm on the move. Sometimes when it's really busy, you're in perpetual motion, going here, there, and yonder. Sometimes, due to the nature of my work, I do stand in one spot for a while. But when I'm doing that, I'm doing something with my hands. I'm working on something. So, and that cannot be discredited at all. Exercise, burning them calories, just being in motion is maybe the most important thing. Genuinely, I think it's more important than even eating well. Because the more you exert yourself, not only the more fat you burn, the more muscle you build, but being able to actually sleep soundly at night, exerting yourself, making your body tired. Sometimes, when your body is not tired and your mind is not tired, you can't fucking sleep. Have them bad dreams, whatever. So you're up and you eat. And I used to be a night owl. I used to be up all night. I'd go to bed at about 6 o'clock in the morning, get up at about 3:30 in the afternoon. I mean, seriously, that's how I lived. And I did that for a long time. And before I went to sleep every day, I'd eat Hot Pockets. And I'm talking right before I went to sleep. I'd eat Hot Pockets, brush my teeth, go to sleep. Or I would eat a bowl of sugary cereal and go to sleep. And I couldn't sleep well. And when I did sleep, I had fucking nightmares. And me, in my mind, because I didn't know better, I should have known better, I thought, why can't I sleep? Why can't I sleep? My mind was a little bit tired, but I was pumping my body full of all that shit. Soda. Not necessarily. I will say one thing. My parents, my dad has been diabetic and a type 2 diabetes at that, since I was a young kid. My mom became diabetic much later. But with that, I haven't had actual soda in the house. And I never, even as an adult, I don't buy it for myself. If I do drink soda, it's a diet soda. So no calories there. They're not good for you. They ain't good for you. And they're loaded to the gills with the fucking caffeine. But they don't have the sugars in them and stuff like that and all the calories. Boy, it is getting kind of hot in here. I ain't gonna lie. I got a little bit of a sweat going. That's okay. That's okay. We're talking about weight loss anyway. This is a steam room now. This is a steam room. So what did I do finally to start losing weight? So I got that physical job, like I said. Next thing, so I also have the benefit, and this is something that you may not be able to do. I live just a couple minutes as the crow flies, as us Southerners like to say, as the crow flies, just a couple minutes away from where I work. So when I come home for lunch, it's not a big time investment at all. And I have been getting lean cuisines for myself. They're somewhere between, usually most of them, between 200 and 400 calories. So I'll eat a lean cuisine and a banana for lunch, a couple glasses of water. No soda, no caffeine in the afternoon. Then I'll come home and I may eat a big supper, be it a home-cooked meal or a frozen pizza, or not a whole, I don't eat a whole frozen pizza at a time. I probably could, but you do have to limit your portions somewhat. If I do eat out at Hardee's or Wendy's or whatever, some burger place, McDonald's. I don't eat McDonald's often, but just for the sake of reference. If I get a Big Mac, I won't get a large fry with it. I get that small fry. Stuff like that. Just limit yourself where you can. And my buddy Jake, my best friend. He's been on the channel before. I play video games with him all the time. Best friend. He, due to the nature of what he used to do, he was very involved in learning about the human body. And he's not a nutritionist or anything like that, but he's got a lot of knowledge. And he told me one of the most important things that he was taught for somebody with my type of relationship with food, maybe yours too, if you don't know. If you do eat, even if you eat that Big Mac and you eat a few of the fries and you think, oh man, I'm still hungry. So you eat the apple pie and this, that, and the other to feel full. If you just eat the Big Mac and the fries and you wait a little while, that hunger feeling goes away. He's dead on about that. And I had a hard time eating that small of a lunch at first because I still felt hungry. But then, as I sat there, and then I got up and got moving, went back to work, got busy, that hunger went away. So, definitely try that. Definitely try it. Of course, if you're real bad overweight, and I don't have that experience. I was 45, 50 pounds overweight. But if you're in the 300s or above, chances are that may not be your experience. You may still deal with quite a bit of hunger. I don't know. Most people don't get that big. I know that a lot of the conception of Americans from far away is that we're all majorly fat as fuck, and we got to ride around in scooter chairs and this, that, and the other. For most people, that's not the case. That is true for some. I see it where I work. The clientele, so to speak, I do see quite a few people like that. The type of business that I work in, it kind of draws those type of people in. So that's what I've done. I've worked, so to come back to it. So I've stopped eating before I go to bed, period. I didn't say that. That's important to know. Your metabolism slows down heavily when you sleep. Your body can't process. I do know that, at least. Boy, I'm fucking hot. It is hot in here. Wow. Look at that. Look like the fucking Kool-Aid man in here. No eating before bed. I try and have at least 2.5 to 3 hours. And you probably should have more, but my house, we eat supper pretty late. So, and I got to get up early in the morning for my work. Excuse me. Stomach's kind of upset now. So don't eat before bed. When I eat lunch, I try and do this, like I said, even on some of my days off, I splurge. I'll go to a fast food place. I'll get that burger and fries. I'll get that chicken sandwich and fries. And of course, it's a social thing. Occasionally, for birthdays or whatever, you will go out and you'll eat out at a place. I try and get green vegetables with everything. If I get an entree with several sides, I try and get veggies. Sometimes you will get those mashed potatoes or whatever. But I get the steamed broccoli, the steamed carrots, stuff like that. I try to limit my fries, my fried okra, which is real big in the South. Stuff like that. Stuff that I know is going to be really greasy if I do eat out. I try to. Sometimes I get the fries. It's like I said, it's an ongoing thing. I can't be perfect all the time. And you really don't have to be. A healthy weight for you may not be stick figure or fucking thin. I don't know if I ever will be, truth be told. I've been working out and doing my best. I got the exercise bike. I made a video about that. I've been on that fucking exercise bike. I've been lifting weights. I work a physical job. I've been trying to strengthen my core the last couple days, truthfully, just yesterday and today, because I'm wanting to do sit-ups. I can't do a sit-up. I cannot do a sit-up. If I lay flat on my back, legs down, I can actually do the motion of lifting up. But if I curl my legs, and I'm doing it in the car right now like a fucking psychopath, you can't see my legs. But if I were to curl my legs and try and do a proper push-up, or not push-up, a sit-up, I cannot do it. I cannot do it. I raise up a little weight, fall back down. So I'm trying to strengthen my core to where I can actually lift my stomach up. Um, most of my fat that is left, my back is really leaned out. My stomach still has quite a bit of flab. It's one of the reasons why I'm wanting to get on that sit up grind. If I can get my core strengthened up, I did plank yesterday for a lot longer than I thought I could. Not a long time by any stretch of the imagination. A pretty good time for me. Like I said, much longer than I thought I could. About 45 seconds or so. Today, I didn't manage to time it. It felt like a minute or so. Uh, I know it was longer than yesterday. Not by too terribly much, but longer than yesterday. I could feel it. Now I was doing some leg lifts and stuff like that. Boy, it's hot as fuck in this car. It's just getting hotter as time goes on. It's not too terribly early in the morning, but it's getting close to afternoon. That sun is coming out and it's burning like a motherfucker. We don't burn that gas, though. We don't burn that gas. I need that gas. Air conditioner's staying off. You can do it. You can do it. I can do it. I've been doing it. I'm going to do more. I'm I'm happy of how far I've come. I'm not happy with, truthfully, how much further it is I have to go. Part of me, I don't know if the hard part is behind me or ahead of me. I feel like I'm wanting to get within that healthy weight range. And to do that, I don't know how much more it's going to take, because doing what I have been doing has not necessarily been enough. It has been enough to get I'm not obese anymore by any stretch of the imagination. To look at me just from the side, I don't look very unhealthy. I hate to look at my face because I got the chubby cheeks and stuff like that. That the face is the one place where honest to God, I feel like just in the face, it may not look like I've lost a whole bunch of weight, but I have. I have. I've been on that scale, and I know I can do so much more than I used to be able to. And I can do it so much easier than I'm able to. And it feels great. It feels great. I have so much more energy. I don't feel like a fat tub of shit. I had self-conscious issues anyway. Still do, frankly, but I don't I'm not nervous going out in public anymore about people judging me about the way. And part of that is maturity and just growing up. You know, when you reach a certain age, you do genuinely just stop giving as much of a fuck. I've reached that age, but I'd like to think that my hard work on my body has been a part of that. You know, and I'm so really, I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of the boys. My buddy Jake, he stays in good shape. He continues to exercise regularly. His job's physical. He's looking good. Chase, another good friend, best friend since I was a small kid. He was so overweight. He got a fatty liver. He's looking good now. Looking good now. He lost weight in a way I wouldn't necessarily recommend. He starved himself, which I have to admit I didn't think it would last that way. Or keeping the weight off, I didn't think it would last, but he's still looking good to this day. That's been a couple of years removed now. So then, of course, Gabe, another good friend of mine, all the time on the channel, if you've been paying attention, looking good. He's a little bit on the skinny side, my opinion. I think he's a little bit on anorexic, maybe mildly anorexic. He disagrees strongly, but he's looking good, feeling good. Timmy, of course, the stud that he is, he's always studly. Another good friend of mine. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of the boys. You know, ever since I was a little kid, I always thought I'm gonna be fat my whole life. my whole life. I got on the scale the other day. The lowest I have been so far is 176. I got a 176.4. And I fucking teared up. I did. Because I remember 2 years ago from now tearing up when I got on the scale, but for a whole different reason. Because I got on the scale, saw I was fat as fuck, had no hope. No hope. I thought I will be a fat fuck my entire life because I just cannot get this under control. I cannot stop myself from eating all the time. And I have. And I have. I've severely cut back on soda. I used to drink, I don't know how many, 4, 5 Diet Cokes a day. No wonder I couldn't fucking sleep. No wonder I couldn't fucking sleep. And now it's 1 a day. And I do that just to keep the caffeine headaches off. One day I may be able to cross that fucking bridge too. I don't know. If I could live caffeine free, I think that would be cool. Boy, it is hot as fuck in this car. It is so hot in this car, man. Look at me. I've said everything I think I need to say. I would love to have a discussion about any of the things I've said, or if you want to share your own journey or your story, or just talk about, what you do to stay skinny, if you are, because goddamn, I need to know. Give me the hints, give me the secrets, give me the keys to the kingdom, please. Other than that, I want to go ahead and say, I think all people, and I'm not just saying this to be bleeding heart, I really genuinely think this. People, if you give them a chance, are amazing. Interesting, lovable, likable. Most everybody, 99% of people. There's some people out there that just ain't no fucking hope for. But most people there is. They're just normal, trying to do their best, like you and me. And if you are 300 pounds, my boss, he's turned into a good friend of mine. He's 350 pounds. He has a very unhealthy relationship with food. He stress eats. Can't sleep at night. Him being overweight has never made me think less of him. Never. And I know that a lot of the times when I was scared about going out in public because I thought people would look at me and go, oh, what a fat tub of shit. He must be a bad person. That was in my head. It wasn't real. It never was real. But I deluded myself into thinking it was. And all that time that I could have gone out and enjoyed myself or what, I was constantly worried about other people judging me for shit that they couldn't even possibly care about. Most people, and there are, like I said, there's that 1% of people that'll look at you and, oh, that fat fucking slut. Most people really don't care. They don't care. They got their own stuff they got to worry about. Whatever. You got to be, if you want to be skinny, you got to be skinny for you. And that's luckily for me, I've always wanted it for me. Just to have that confidence and look good and feel good. And, I'm on the way. I'm in that journey. It's hot as fuck in this car. I need to just come out here and sit in this fucking car every day for 30 minutes. That'll help. Let's see. I apologize for all the ums. I've already come this far. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to throw in. I might as well. I've already come this far. No, not really. I think we're at a good stopping point. We were at a good stopping point about 15 minutes ago. But we've kept going and going and going. I hope you haven't just been staring at me, that you've been doing something even unproductive or productive, just whatever, while you're listening to this. I look like the fucking Kool-Aid man. I am struggling out here, son. I should have just stayed inside and talked to myself like a fucking psycho in the air conditioning. But once again, afraid of being judged. Afraid of being judged. Plus, I like to raise my voice like this. I can't raise my voice in the house. I can't do that because somebody is taking a nap right now, and I didn't want to disturb them. And at the same time, I didn't want to control my voice. I don't talk with an inside tone. But anyway, I guess that's all I got to say about that. I hope you have a great day. Once again, let me know your journey, if you're on one. If you've been on a journey, but you have succeeded or you failed. Why did you fail? Why did you succeed? Let's talk about it. Have a good day. Bye-bye.